Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty big news to go over about Pokemon Legends Arceus because it has now been confirmed that it will not be the first ever open world Pokemon game. We have some reactions to this new information, and as well as that we have a rumor to go over talking about how there's going to be 20 more new Pokemon that are yet to be announced in the upcoming Pokemon game. So quite a bit to cover today. If you are excited for the video though, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Are you happy or are you a little bit disappointed now that you know that it is not going to be an open world Pokemon game? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, it has now been confirmed that Pokemon Legends Arceus is not going to be the very first open world Pokemon game, which, to be fair, they never said it was going to be an open world Pokemon game. We kind of just saw the game ourselves and went, oh damn, that's open world. But no, it's not open world. So basically we know this because of Kotaku. They basically got a response from Pokemon, but this kind of story has been brewing over the past week or so. So we're going to talk about where the story just originated from, basically. So here we have Kotaku saying, since the first trailer for Pokemon Legends Arceus arrived back in February, the game's vast open areas and rolling green hills have drawn comparison to Breath of the Wild. While the idea of a massive open world version of the ancient Sinnoh region filled with Pokemon to play with sounds like it would be amazing, Arceus looks to have more in common with Monster Hunter stories than The Legend of Zelda. And it's been updated and Pokemon have responded to this idea of an open world Pokemon Legends Arceus. But let's carry on reading what the actual original idea was. So it says, I know we've been calling the game open world since the original announcement. I even call it open world back in August when the Pokemon Company dropped the first gameplay details. In that same article, I say, though comparisons have been made to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it actually sounds like Arceus might be a bit more like Monster Hunter games. So since then, I've been thinking of Pokemon Legends Arceus as Nintendo's version of Monster Hunter's turn-based RPG spin-off, Monster Hunter Stories. Perhaps I should have been more vocal about it, as an article posted yesterday by Game Informer suggests there's still some confusion. So yeah, I mean, there was confusion. Until recently, I thought it was an open world Pokemon game. I thought a lot of people also thought that it was an open world Pokemon game. Like, yeah, they didn't say that it wasn't, but we just kind of all got the idea because it just seems like it took a lot of inspiration from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But here we go, saying most of the information pointing towards a Monster Hunter Story style adventure comes from the August Pokemon Direct. The bustling Jubilife village will be a base for your adventures, the video's narrator says, as the camera slowly pans about the rustic town. Jubilife is the game's central hub from which members of the Galaxy Expedition team strike out in order to study the region and its Pokemon. It's here you accept missions from NPCs returning when the job is done. So these missions are called survey outings and they send you to various areas of the ancient Sinnoh or the Hisui region. The map in the video shows different areas outlined in green. This suggests that instead of one vast open map, the region is split into a series of large playable areas. So yeah, this kind of like green outline is basically where is I'm guessing where one of the survey things is. It's called the Obsidian Fieldlands, and this I'm guessing is the Jubilife village. But as you can see, there's like clouds all over the map, which I'm also guessing that they kind of go when you unlock other areas. So at the start you're probably only allowed to go to like this part of the map, and then as you like, because I'm guessing like this is Mount Coronet and stuff, and over here like people are thinking this is where you might see Lunala or something because it's shaped like a moon. Not Lunala, Cresselia, always get those two mixed up, but you know what I mean. So basically these areas kind of become unlockable as you progress through the game. So it says your excursions outside the village will begin by preparing in a base camp. The narrator continues, this is another staple of the Monster Hunter experience. Each segmented area starts with a camp where Monster Hunter players can gather supplies for their expedition. Though Pokemon Legends Arceus seems keener on peppering their world with friendly NPC faces than Capcom series, the basic idea is the same. So yeah, with these training camps, you can craft things there. If you get knocked out, this is where you come back to kind of like spawn. And yeah, it is basically just kind of like you can heal here and stuff. It's just where you go when you're in that kind of area to, you know, you can pass time and stuff and everything like that. So it says the director's description of the turn-based combat system in Pokemon Legends Arceus suggests this is another area in which developer Game Freak borrowed ideas from Monster Hunter stories. The turn-based Monster Hunter spin-off has you choosing between power, speed, and technical attacks. Arceus has you choosing between strong style and agile style attacks. One more powerful but slow, the other faster but weaker. While not a direct correlation, Arceus' combat immediately brings Monster Hunter stories to mind, and certainly not Breath of the Wild. So yeah, obviously all this agile stuff and strong style stuff has been confirmed for a while now. We've been over it quite a few times in previous videos. All of these signs point to a game that's not open world, but rather a series of large connected regions. The camp system suggests that we won't be able to seamlessly walk around between these regions, instead being limited to the area our missions take us to. There is nothing wrong with this. I'm fully down for a Monster Hunter Stories style adventure where the monsters are the pocket of variety. So is Cerebi.net webmaster Joe Merrick, who basically tweeted out saying, "It's coming increasingly clear that Pokemon Legends Arceus may not be a full open world, but rather segmented open areas like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Monster Hunters, etc. separated into different areas like the Wild Area / Crown Tundra did. I'm fine with this, really." So then Kotaku reached out to Pokemon for clarification, and then they actually responded, which is how we now know that it's confirmed that it's not open world. So we got an update yesterday on the 8th with the Pokemon Company sending Kotaku a statement confirming the Monster Hunter-esque structure of Pokemon Legends Arceus. So this is the confirmation here from Pokemon themselves, saying in Pokemon Legends Arceus, Jubilife Village will serve as the base for surveying missions. After receiving an assignment or a request and preparing for their next excursion, players will set out from the village to study one of the various open areas of the Hisui region. After they finish the survey work, players will need to return once more to prepare for their next task. We look forward to sharing some information about exploring the Hisui region soon. So yeah, you basically set up camp in the different areas, and then you can only kind of go around that area until you go back to the camp and then go back to Jubilife Village. So yeah, it is not an open world Pokemon game, but we have some reactions to it, we have some talking about it. So Joe Merrick tweeted this out saying, "So putting the Pokemon Legends Arceus non-open world debate to the side, let's look at one of the seemingly 5 open areas we know about, which is Obsidian Fieldlands. This area has got 34 different sub-areas within it. To compare, Wild Area had 18, Isle of Armor 17, and Crown Tundra 15. So yeah, those sub-areas, what he's basically talking about there is, you know, when you go into the Wild Area and then it's basically like a kind of a route where it pops up in the top left and it's like a new area. So that's what he's kind of talking about with the Wild Area, but in the Sword and Shield it had 18 of those like little different areas, whereas just in one location here, the Obsidian Fieldlands, has 34 different sub-areas. So these areas are big, as you can see. So then he goes on to say, granted they're of varying size, as are the Wild Area ones, but this one area is basically the equivalent of 2 wild areas, and if there's 5 of similar size, that'll be a lot of areas to explore. Also, in case you were trying to work out how I came to the conclusion of the 5 areas, I'm using the categories in the Legends Pokédex list categories. There's 1 space for Obsidian Fields and 4 gaps. So this is basically just where he's got that information from. So yeah, 5 areas, one of them being the Obsidian Fieldlands. Of course, like I say, they're all different sizes, but one of the areas is 2 of the Wild Area from Pokemon Sword and Shield. So they're pretty big, which, yeah, it is annoying that it's not... I mean, it's not exactly annoying that it's not open world, because it never was open world. Again, it's just an idea that we kind of put in our head, and then we're annoyed because it isn't what we thought it was, even though they never said it was. So, yeah, I mean, it's disappointing because obviously we were really excited for the first ever open world Pokemon game, but at the same time, it never was. So it's hard to kind of be annoyed at Pokemon because we're getting annoyed at something that we thought up ourselves. Finishing things off, a few people have tweeted this at me. Again, I'm just including it just to talk about it and why I don't really believe this Twitter account. But basically, CentroLeaks tweeted out talking about the confirmation of the no open world Pokemon game in Legends Arceus. They tweeted out saying Pokemon Legends is not open world, and then they go on to say, but there are still around 20 new Pokemon and forms to be revealed. That's exciting though. These kind of things just, I don't really know, like if you know there's 20 new Pokemon, why wouldn't you just like tell us a couple of them or something, you know, just to give yourself a little bit more legitimacy? Because if they know that there's 20 new Pokemon, I'm guessing they'd also know at least what a couple of them are called. And if they then went on to say, oh, Hisui and Arcanine, like we know that's coming. What they really need to, because obviously a lot of people don't believe CentroLeaks at the moment, myself included, because they're just kind of been memed on at this point. If they literally just dropped a name, they'll be like, oh, this Pokemon's on its way, and it was like the Scythe, like it was Cleavor or something. Everyone would be like, okay, no, they know their stuff because there's no way anyone would have guessed that. But they don't. They put something very vague like, oh, there's 20 Pokemon, there's still around 20 Pokemon on the way. And then they just do like vague answers and stuff. So this person, the red said, I see you said new Pokemon and forms. Just hopefully we'll get some new Pokemon not connected to anything else. So he's talking about like no new forms or evolutions or anything. Cleavor is a new Pokemon and an evolution, don't forget that. And then will it have a national dex? Of course not. So just answers that we already know about. Like, we know there's not going to be any national dex shenanigans going on in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So yeah, 20 new Pokemon. I mean, we're going to get new Pokemon, obviously. I don't know if there's going to be 20. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think these just kind of vague answers aren't leaks. Like, people are saying, like, they're sending me this stuff, like, oh, there's new Pokemon Legends Arceus leaks, stuff like that. It's not leaks. It's very vague statements. I can easily make a vague statement. I can easily say there's going to be 15 new Pokemon. That doesn't mean I'm a leaker. It's just a vague statement because it's likely to happen. Anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try it at 500. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Legends Arceus not being an open world Pokemon game? Again, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I still think the game's going to be massive and all these areas are going to be huge as well. So I'm not, like, super upset. But yeah, it would have been nice to have an open world Pokemon game. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.